She's a pretty little kitty from a capital city. Everybody calls her MaisieMac. A kilt, a jumper, that's her style. Granny and Daddy love her cheeky smile. If you want adventure, she's the friend for you. Full of mischief, funny too. Furry, purry, a cute wee cat. The kitty from the city. Meow. MaisieMac.
Christmas comes but once a year, and it seems to sneak up on you before you know it.
What did you paint today, Archie?
Crispy noodles.
Crispy noodles? But Miss Purvis told us to paint our favourite animal.
I know, but I was feeling hungry.
I painted a panda to send to my daddy. He's away exploring in a place called Beijing's.
Where's that?
I think it's the capital of China. He's going to see real pandas and a big wall and sail up a yellow river. But he won't be home for a long time, not until Christmas.
Never mind, come on. Race you to the corner.
Hello, everybody. I'm home.
When MaisieMac got home, Granny and her neighbour, Mrs. McKitty, were baking in the kitchen. Hello, my wee lamb.
My, what a ticket you look. Were you blown in by a hurricane? No, I've been racing with Archie. Tickety-boo. What's that nice spicy smell?
Christmas cakes.
Christmas cakes already.
Christmas will be here sooner than you think. Every year it's the same. One mad rush.
Absolutely, it's beginning already. I'm the secretary of the Morningside Operatic Society, and tonight we're planning our Christmas show.
That evening, Mrs. McKitty's meeting began.
Can I press you to a pancake, Mrs. Finn and Hardy? Now, I was thinking we could do the sound of music.
Mrs. McKitty was flabbergasted when no one wanted to do the sound of music. They all voted for a pantomime instead, even Mrs. McKitty's Budgie Billy.
Cinderella, Cinderella, with MaisieMac and Archie in it.
Mrs. McKitty was in a bit of a huff, until Mr. McStoury said she was the very cat to run the show.
Me? Oh, magic.
When MaisieMac awoke next morning, she had no idea that Christmas was beginning to sneak up on her. Not until Mrs. McKitty arrived.
Maisie Mackenzie, you look a picture. You were born for the part.
What part?
Cinderella in the Christmas pantomime. But...
Granny thought it was a great idea until she heard the next bit of news.
Isabella, I want you to be the Fairy Godmother and make all the costumes. But I've no time for buts. There's too much work to do.
Archie was as surprised as MaisieMac when he heard he'd been chosen to play Prince Charming.
Me? Ow! I don't know why you two are laughing. You've been chosen to play the ugly sisters in frilly frocks. Frocks!
Soon Mrs. McKitty had ticked off everyone on her list, except for one little problem, Cinderella's mice.
We need some mice for the pantomime, but as you know, there aren't any in this neighbourhood.
Yes, there are. And I'm sure they'd love to help us.
Mr. and Mrs. Mouse were quite surprised when MaisieMac came to call.
Hello.
MaisieMac was very polite and explained all about the pantomime.
So, will you help us?
We'd love to.
Night after night, Granny had to sew costumes, even teeny wee clothes for the mice. Night after night, MaisieMac practiced her lines so she wouldn't forget them.
I clean the house from loft to cellar, and my name is... Oh, me bottom! Oh, sorry, dear.
And night after night, somebody got cross.
Can't we use a turnip instead? It'd be easier to push.
No, it's got to be a pumpkin. It says so in the script.
What about a cauliflower?
No,
A lettuce?
no, no, no. One more toot and you're out.
Then one day, the posters for the pantomime were ready, and everyone felt pleased when they saw them in the shops. MaisieMac was so busy, she almost forgot to send her letter to Santa Claus.
Dear Santa, I hope you and the reindeer are well. It's freezing here in Edinburgh, but I'm tickety-boo and so is Granny. I've got some exciting news. I'm going to be Cinderella.
I'd like a storybook and a watch with Supercat on it for Christmas. But most of all, I'd like my daddy to come home in time to see me in the pantomime. Lots of love, MaisieMac. P.S. I wish you could come and see me too.
By the time MaisieMac's letter reached Santa Claus, it was Christmas Eve and the pantomime was about to begin. Behind the curtain, the kittens all felt like running away as fast as they could. They were so nervous.
I've got butterflies in my tummy. Think I've got bats in mine.
MaisieMac peeked through the curtains to see if her Christmas wish had come true. But she couldn't see her daddy anywhere.
Where can he be?
Professor Mackenzie's boat had run aground, and he'd lost hope of ever getting home on time.
Need a lift? There's a tiny kitten in Scotland waiting for you.
When the curtains opened, MaisieMac got quite a surprise. There was her daddy and Santa Claus sitting in the front row.
Come along or we'll be late. The number 3 bus doesn't wait. I'll be the smartest at the ball, and you two, fairest of them all. Hello, Cinderella. Do not fear. Now your fairy granny's here.
The audience gasped when they saw Cinderella's fairy granny work her magic.
I've never seen such magic stuff and shoes of glass in all my puff. Fairy Granny, thanks to you, you have made my dream come true.
And everyone sighed when at the end MaisieMac tried on the glass slipper and it fitted. When the show was over, Santa had a special treat in store, a magic sleigh ride home.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year! Toodaloo-the-doo!